Hello, hello, welcome worlds. Come on in, join the show. I am Boxie Nigma. Welcome to yet another edition of the Boxie Breakdown. It is actually almost 1 p.m. It is 1:01. I missed it by a minute on a beautiful, actually on one shitty Friday afternoon. It's pouring, and I'm about to embark on quite the journey over the next 24 hours as I will be heading from Bayside to Binghamton to Oneonta to Cooperstown, back to Oneonta, back to Binghamton, ending up in South Jersey over the weekend. I'm going to be checking out in Cooperstown the Baseball Hall of Fame. Very excited about it. Have not been there. Should be a lot of fun. Speaking of baseball, yes, I did get a haircut, by the way. I am rocking the New York Yankees hat. Congrats to my Yanks. That may I'm making the playoffs again. As many people click off and hit the X or give me the old double deuces based upon their feelings of the Yankees. So be it. We're back in the playoffs, and I like it. Speaking of traveling, last week I did head out to the Poconos, and it's a bit of a football tale for you real quick. I was out at the Poconos, and I ended up in Mountain Home, Pennsylvania. This was like total hick town, but they had a little classic fair there, sumo wrestling, a lot of little carnival games, really a great time. But what I really liked about this festival was at one point I heard all this commotion going on, and I was like, I saw a whole big crowd of people gathering around, and I was like, well, wow, like there's so many people over there. And I went over and I checked it out, and there was people, all different types of people. There was hicks, there was old people, there were kids, and all of them were just so excited, and I wanted to go over and see what all the commotion was about, what all the fuss was about. And I went over and looked, and everyone was gathered around, and even though there were carnival games, even though there were rides, even though there was sumo wrestling going on, these people were gathered around a TV set to watch professional football. And I thought it was really cool. And you had a Jaguars fan there, and you had a Raiders fan there, and a Bills fan there, and everyone was watching the end of the Raiders and Bills game. But what I thought was really cool about it was, damn, man, football really brings people together, and hopefully it brings a couple people together sitting in front of their TV, or sitting in front of their computer more, rather, on the YouTube channel of myself, Boxie Nigma. Last week, still trying to fill out a little bit out. We did a little better. I think we were 3-3 last week. We want to get a winning week, though, and I think this will be the week to do it. This is a tough week, though, again, because there's a couple of trap games, and you're going to have to go with a couple of road teams. But if you just look at the week on paper, it shouldn't be that difficult. So shall we jump right in? I think we shall. Also, by the way, sorry, we're not going to be doing a Monday Night Football pick'em this weekend on the Bucks Breakdown because no line is up yet. They believe they're waiting to see if Tony Romo is going to play. Regardless, I think the Redskins are going to be motivated for this game. I think this could be a get-up game for the Redskins, but unfortunately we won't be able to actually give you an official pick. So we're going to be doing 5 picks, the underdog special being one of them, and the Sunday Nighter. Speaking about that underdog special, let's jump right and start with that. The underdog special was not easy this week. A lot of teams that are underdogs are the worst team, including probably the team I'm picking as the underdog pick, that being the Denver Broncos, heading into Tennessee. And I know what you're thinking. Whoa, Boxie, Tennessee went over and whooped Baltimore last week, and yes, they did. That was my best bet, and I again fell down in a bunch of flames. However, I think that Denver seems to hang around. They're 6.5-point underdogs. I don't know that they'll necessarily win this game, but they don't seem to get blown out. Kyle Orton keeps you in the game, so I picked Denver as my wild card, as my underdog special of the week. Pick number 1, if you will. Pick number uno for those speaking a different language. I don't know. It was dumb. Anyway, so yeah, my first pick this week is, in fact, the Denver Broncos, my underdog special, in Tennessee. Tennessee did beat Baltimore last week, but I think that might have been a letdown game for Baltimore. I think Baltimore will bounce back this week, and that leads me, what a segue, right over to my second pick. It is, in fact, the Baltimore Ravens by 4 heading into St. Louis. And I know you're probably thinking, that shouldn't be a gimme game. St. Louis is a tough place to play, and St. Louis has a ton of talent, and they do, but they are banged up, and I mean, if you're going to go in and lose to the New York Giants, as banged up as they are, by 12 points, I don't think I got much faith in the Rams this year, unfortunately. I do like Sam Bradford as a quarterback, but they are banged up. He's lost, in my opinion, one of his top targets in Danny Amendola, so I'm picking the Ravens on the road in St. Louis by 4 points. And speaking of teams on the road this week, this leads me to my third pick. I've picked against them for 2 straight weeks. I've said, don't believe the hype. They aren't that good. Matter of fact, last week I was like, oh, even though Kansas City's terrible, take them. Who gives the Lions, and the team I'm talking about, an 8-point advantage? And what do? This team in 2 straight weeks has put up a total of 89 points. Now, do I think they're going to do that again? No, eventually they'll fall off, but ride them while they're hot. 3.5 points on the road to a Minnesota Vikings team that, in my opinion, is not very good this year. While it's mind-boggling to me they may start 0-3, I think they're going to. I think the Lions are going to have their number here. This is a division game, so it's tough, but I take the Lions by 3.5. Tell me it's a trap bet all you like. Lions, 3.5 to the Vikings. Take that pick, and honestly, I think Donovan McNabb, it may be time for him to go. As much as that might suck, and as much as it might be hard for a player to admit, I don't think he's got much left. And AP, it's obvious they're going to him, so I don't think he's been able to get too much done either. Sorry for fantasy players out there. Moving right along, this is another pick here. This is actually going to be my best bet of the week. And every week I tell you, I hate betting on the Jets, and for the most part, I do. I really do hate betting on the Jets. But this week, I feel like they're your best bet. They're only a 3-point favorite in Oakland. Oakland, I feel like, is a good team. They have a decent defense. Almost beat Buffalo last week, but in the end, they just fell flat. They were killing them the whole game. I think they just fell flat because they were tired. They had to travel across country. But they are home to the Jets. I think the Jets are going to go in there, and the Jets have been really good, I think. I think they always show that tenacity to come back. This reads one of those games that it's going to be all Raiders, and Jets end up winning in the end. And if they win by a field goal, then you got to push at the worst. Can't see Jets falling down here. I think they'll be able to beat the Raiders, and they have to. You can't lose to the Raiders and then go on the road and play the Ravens and the Patriots. That would be kind of a wind out of the sails, so to speak. So I think I take the Jets as my best bet. For my final pick of the actual Sunday day games rather, I'm going to go on the road to Seattle. I know Seattle's one of the hardest places to play, but I also think they are probably the worst team in the league. On paper, at least. I know Kansas City's probably right there with them right now with the injury of Jamal Charles, but with him, I think they're better. He's done, though, so they might be right there neck and neck in that Andrew Luck sweepstakes. Seattle's bad. I don't like anything that they have going for them. And they do play host to the Cardinals. Cardinals are 3.5-point favorites. And the Cardinals, they did have a tough loss last week, but I think they bounced back here. It's a division game. I think the Cardinals are going to be the team to win that division. I think they're going to probably win most of, if not all, of their division games this year. So I take the Cardinals by 3.5 on the road to a bad Seattle team. This leads us to Sunday night, and man, this has to suck for the NFL. You have this game locked in at week number 3, and you're like, man, this is going to be awesome. Ben Roethlisberger versus Peyton Manning, Colts, Steelers. Damn, this is going to be good. And this year it ain't going to happen. It's not going to be a very exciting game. Steelers on the road in Indy by 10.5. You know I hate picking double-point favorites, but how can you not here? Steelers last week shut down the Seahawks. Seahawks didn't get anything going against the Steelers. Seahawks are really bad, granted, but I think the Colts don't have anything going either right now. I think they have a lot of stuff going wrong for them right now, and I think that they still need to get in tune with Kerry Collins and realize Peyton's not coming back before you ever pick them. It's a game I probably wouldn't pick if I didn't have to, but it's part of the gimmick, so bear with. I do pick the Steelers on the road by 10.5, which is, I believe, I've picked all road teams this week, but, you know, that's what it is. I was going to pick the Browns at home, but Browns haven't really done too much. I think the Dolphins might get off the schneid, so I'd stay away from that game. Stay far away from the New England game. I know that one looks tempting to pick Buffalo at 7.5 favorites, but I think that's a trap game written all over it. So that's my picks this week. To recap, my best bet of the week is my New York Football Jets on the road in Oakland. The underdog special of the week is Denver on the road in Tennessee by 6.5 dogs. Take the points there. Then my other picks are the Ravens on the road in St. Louis by 4 points. The Cardinals on the road in Seattle by 3.5 points. And the Sunday Nighter, which is Pittsburgh on the road by 10.5 points over the Colts. That's all I got for you guys this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. There's going to be some great games. Obviously, look for that Tampa Bay Falcons game. That's the game that, man, I really hope my Bucks pull that one off. Who knows if they will. But that's what I got for you guys this week. Thank you so much again for tuning in. I saw a subscription last week. I totally like that. So if you want to hit subscribe, by all means, you know, that's about as good as it gets right there. If not, you want to hit the like button, you want to leave a comment, that's always fun. Want to follow me on Twitter, it's twitter.com/BoxieNigma. No update on the Facebook front, don't know if I'm going to be doing that. But that's all I got for you guys, so take it easy, and of course, be well, enjoy some football, and hopefully, fingers crossed, go make some money. Take care.